What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. This is not a first impressions because I tried filming that last week and it did not go very well and I felt a little too harsh uploading a video like that. So I gave it a few tries throughout the week. I gave it plenty of tries. And so this is going to be a review on the foundation and letting you guys know how it applies, what my thoughts are, and who I think it would be best suited for. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing my review on this foundation, go ahead and just keep on watching. I did a first impressions last week when I filmed this. It was just really harsh. I wasn't a fan of the way it looked on my skin, and since then I've played with it a couple of times and figured out that it's just gonna be one of those foundations that you have to work with. So I have the shade Light 70. This is a warm foundation with golden yellow undertones for light medium skin tones. This matches me pretty well, and this is supposed to be a buildable full coverage foundation that gives like a soft blurring look to the skin. It says it was developed for the selfie age. Our buildable full coverage foundation, natural matte, delivers flawless looking skin from day to night. Oil-free, lightweight formula blends smoothly and is easily customizable to create the coverage you want. Build it up or sheer it out. It was developed with innovative soft blurring pigments to deliver true color while looking and feeling natural. There is a lock on the pump, so it's easy to travel with. It is a glass bottle. It retails for $12, and you do not get a fluid ounce of product in here. You get 0.85 fluid ounces, so less than standard, but it is very affordable, so you can't really knock it that much. Do you guys like my new little cat? I'm gonna probably move it because like it's covered by my head a lot, but I'm obsessed with it. I got it at Target. So let's see. The last time I used this foundation, it looked very heavy on my skin. I don't know. It was creasing in lines that I never even knew I had on my face. It kind of just looked like a mess. So I'm going to start applying my normal stuff. This is the Smashbox primer water. Just want a bunch of that. It's been so hot. I'm in LA and the other day it was like 115 degrees where I live. Oh my god, it was crazy. Like you walk outside and you couldn't even breathe. The temperature is definitely getting better. It's like 90 degrees now, but it was pretty bad for a minute. I'm using the Smashbox pore minimizing primer. And I found that with this foundation, even though it's like claims to have a natural matte finish, but I feel like it really will cling on to dry patches. Because of that, I'm going to take a little bit of the Laura Mercier foundation primer Radiance, and I'm gonna put that along my like chin. I have a breakout down there just to hydrate the skin a little bit, and hopefully it won't cling, even though I'm expecting it to. I already know that it kind of will. So all right, so I'm gonna shake this up. It's a very liquidy foundation. Let me zoom you guys in. I'm gonna take like 3 pumps. It's very liquidy, as you can see, and I'm gonna start with that all over the face. I'm gonna use a beauty blender. So the first time I used this in the video that I filmed, I used a beauty blender and I did not like it. And then the second time I gave it a try, I used a brush and I think it actually looked good with the brush. So you can use this with either or. I've just kind of like, even though it looks good with the brush, I would still prefer to use the sponge. Plus it's just really hot lately and the sponge feels good on the face, so. Yeah, especially like in these lights, I feel like the lights tell all, right? This looks a lot better when you're just in like normal lighting. I think you guys will be able to tell that it looks pretty dry on my skin. It's supposed to be a natural matte finish, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm gonna bring it down my neck just a little bit. And it says that it's a buildable full coverage foundation, but I don't really think it's full coverage. I'm trying to build it right now. And of course on camera, like I've said a lot, it's going to look a lot better on camera. I finished all of what was on my hand, so I'm just gonna take like a couple tiny little squirts and use that to build on my face. Okay, so I'm not going to try to build it anymore. I have a little bit left from what I just pumped onto my hand, but I'm not going to use it. So this is what the foundation looks like after like 2 layers almost. I mean, I didn't do 2 layers on my forehead, but I did 2 layers here where I need the coverage. But you can still see that it's not very full coverage. This acne spot is still peeking through. I have one from like a week ago right here that is still slowly taking its time to go away. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I think it looks okay. I don't know. Like, my skin is oily right now because it's so hot. And this looks so dry on my skin. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I've been really liking this to cover up acne and even out my skin tone a little bit before I go in with like highlighting concealer. I'm just going to blend that in. And then I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral and highlight and get under my eyes with this one. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like with concealer on my face. I'm going to use my trusty Laura Mercier powder just because I can trust this. I know that it's going to work with any foundation that I use, or if it doesn't work, then I know it's not the powder and it's the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup off camera, and then I will be back to wrap up the video and give you my final thoughts on the foundation, because I do know how this wears throughout the day and all of that stuff. So I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so you guys, I really don't like it. This is how my first impressions went when I filmed that, but I was a lot more like, ugh, like grossed out, and I don't want to be that harsh. I have given this a few times to wear it in different ways. I wore it a few times last week, and then I wore it, you know, for the first impressions, and I'm just not a fan of the way it looks on my skin. It looks so dry on my skin, and my skin is oily. It's like combo oily, and right now, especially because the weather is so hot, so I don't understand why it looks the way it does on my skin. I'm gonna see if I can somehow, it just looks not good. It looks really patchy. Like my bronzer, my contour looks patchy. The acne, whatever, I don't really care how that looks. It's dry around my nose. Everything up here looks really patchy, and I'm just not a fan of how dry my skin looks. I even set with like a spray. My nose contour even looks really patchy. And yeah, let me zoom out now. I think for $12 you can get something at the drugstore that is a lot easier to get your hands on. As much as I love Colourpop, I love a lot of their lip products, their eyeshadows, their blushes, their highlighters. I'm just not a fan of the formula of this foundation. So I do remember getting like an 8-hour wear out of this foundation one day when I was working. So it does last on the skin a really long time. I just think that this is going to be more suitable for people with very oily skin. If you have anywhere near dry skin, I don't think it's going to look good on your skin at all, because like I said, it doesn't even look good on my skin. So I think this is a foundation that you're going to have to really work with and try to figure out how it's going to work well with your skin. I have seen other reviews of other people saying that as well. It's just a foundation that you have to finagle with. And I think for $12, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but you can definitely find something else that's better. So like, for example, I always recommend this one. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless that you can find at the drugstore. I'm pretty sure it retails for like the same amount of money, around $12, and this just looks so much better on the skin. It looks smooth and plump, even though it says it's matte and poreless. So I just like this a whole lot better, and it's easier to get your hands on, and you could probably find your shade a lot better. just because, you know, Colourpop is only online. I wish I had a better review of this foundation. I was really looking forward to it, but it just didn't work out for me, and that's okay. What doesn't work for me might work for you, but this is just how it's been wearing on my skin, and I can't seem to get it to look the way that I like my foundation to look. So it is what it is. I don't know. I feel so bad because I really wanted to like it, but at least it didn't break the bank. So if you're interested in it, you can totally try it out. I would just say if you have dry skin, it might not even be worth it. It'll probably be good for the summertime because, you know, everybody's sweating, but for me and my skin, it just didn't work out. That's all I have to say about it, I guess. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope the review was helpful. Let me know if you guys want to try this foundation out, what kind of skin you have, if you have tried it, all of that stuff. Leave it in the comments below. I always like reading your comments and seeing your opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already, and hit the notification bell so you can see every time I upload a new video, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!